Oh my goodness. Whew. Well, the Tate brothers have finally gotten themselves arrested, according to reports. Andrew Tate and his brother were arrested by U.S. Marshals in Miami, Florida, following an extradition request from the United Kingdom. The brothers face a total of 59 criminal charges, including, to the whatever R word and game on people for that. So they were facing those charges. Now they were arrested in Miami on new charges. The dual British citizen and U.S. citizen brothers were apprehended outside a bare-knuckle boxing event they were scheduled to host. The U.S. Marshals Service executed the arrest based on a sealed warrant. Britain's Crown Prosecution Service authorized 38 fresh criminal counts against the brothers, stemming from a complex investigation by the Bedfordshire Police, bringing the total number of alleged victims in the UK case to 7. The newly added charges allege offences committed north of London between July 10th and August 2017. So the 59 charges are broken down as follows. Andrew Tate has 42 charges in total, and that includes multiple counts of the R word and S trafficking, assault, occasionally actual bodily harm, and then Tristan Tate, his brother, has 17 charges in total and includes sort of the same thing. And they used to live in Romania, and they were arrested there in 2022, and they're still facing separate criminal charges for the same things that I mentioned, the R word and the trafficking. Okay, then forming an organized criminal group. Now, the Romanian authorities lifted their travel restrictions, and the Tates flew to Florida via private jet. Allegedly, Trump kind of so that he can be able to get the brothers out. Now, what happened when they got there, though, was the governor of Florida, DeSantis, did not like them there, and they had to kind of after, because that's the thing I don't understand. Trump made provisions for you to get away from Romanian justice because you were in house arrest and you were there so long, and they had them held for all those charges. And then you go to Dubai, and then you come back into Miami, still hosting events. Like, really thought that this administration would protect them. Oh, they brought us out of this and they brought us back to the States, and he really was his buddy and they're going to protect him. I don't know why he thought that he was going to be protected to come to the very same Florida that they had to initially flee, because DeSantis did not want them and still does not want them there. My goodness. Red flag. Lack of foresight. That is it. Tate has lack of foresight. Red flag. Because I don't see why you still coming into the country, even though you know darn well that this governor don't like you like that. And Trump betrayed him, because now he's arrested again, and they're going to send him back to England, and England is going to hold them for real. And I heard word on the street. I heard that the UK perhaps may use this to bring Trump down because of his affiliation with these brothers. These brothers are responsible for getting the youth, the young men, the manosphere. They were the red pill manosphere gods, getting the men to worship them. And they would sign up to their courses, and they would teach them masculinity and all this other stuff. And let me tell you something. There were a lot of the times, I don't know if Trump felt that he owed them a favor initially, but they were responsible for getting the young men to vote for Trump. They were responsible for that. And so now these goofballs are getting arrested, and it's like, dang, they really thought that this administration was going to continue to protect them. Ooh. Anyways, TikTok has some say about the situation. A couple of views concerning this, and we will come back again.
Does anybody know where Andrew and Tristan Tate spent the days before their arrest in Miami? Because if you don't, allow me to fill you in, because you literally can't make this shit up. This is Paolo Zampoli, Donald Trump's U.S. Special Envoy for Global Partnerships, right? But also a longtime friend of Donald Donald Trump and Melania. Paolo Zampoli is the former modeling executive who said that he actually brought Melania to the United States and, of course, introduced her to Donald Trump. There's a lot more about this man that'll really have you thinking, but I can't help but wonder why the Tate brothers, just days before their arrest, were partying in Washington, D.C. as guests of Paolo Zampoli, especially considering the new allegations against them, which, if you didn't know, UK's Crown Prosecution Service, like it says here, said that it is bringing additional charges of rape against Andrew and Tristan under ongoing cases against the brothers in that nation. The agency said that the brothers are awaiting extradition to the UK. And if you didn't know, Andrew Tate faces 7 additional counts of rape, 3 counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking for sexual exploitation, 3 counts of assault occasioning actual bodily harm, and 19 additional charges relating to illegal you-know-what. Tristan Tate faces 1 count of sexual assault, 2 counts of rape, and 3 counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking for sexual exploitation. New charges relate to 4 additional alleged victims. Previous charges were connected to 3 alleged victims. The case against Tristan previously included 3 counts of rape, 6 counts of actual bodily harm, and 2 counts of human trafficking. Which makes me wonder, if these motherfuckers can be arrested, then why can't the rest of the individuals on that list and in those files be arrested as well? Something about this shit just is not adding up. Not that I don't see this as an obvious celebration.
So the Tate brothers just got arrested in America. Apparently they were being extradited for some kind of crimes they did in the UK. UK asked America to extradite them back to the UK so they can face trial. Yeah. When I talk about the Tate brothers, I can't lie, I was a pretty big fan back in the days. But the more I grew older, the more I realized that they're a fraud. Everything that they stand for, they are going against. So whatever they said back in the days, they're not even freaking standing for that no more. To be honest with you, they agreed with so many different cultures to get everybody on board. And then now they just all switched up and they're all about money. I'm actually kind of surprised because I feel like they brainwashed a lot of people and a lot of people are still on their sides, which is kind of messed up. I can't lie though, this is the second time of them getting arrested. It must feel insane to get arrested a second time. Like, these guys used a lot of young kids, young men especially, and twisted their brains in a way where they made them loyal to them. And now it's just like a lot of them are growing up and realizing that they were literally manipulated and brainwashed. One of their biggest supporters, Sneeko, it doesn't even like them anymore. So it's insane. What do you guys think? Do you think they deserve to get arrested again?
Mr. Tate, would you mind signing?
Hey, Tate. Come back. Oh, shit, no. Come over here by me. Let's go. Back up.
I messed up the screenshot. I'm too not giving a fuck to go back and do it again. It says the Tate brothers arrested in Miami as UK authorities file sex crime charges. The arrest of the influencers known for their misogynistic views come after years of investigation in Europe. The new charges concern offenses dating back to 2010. Another 2 biracial boys that try to play into the right side, thinking being right-wingers was going to save them.
Andrew Tate was building something called the War Room. Apparently, it's a paid, private, exclusive, secret group that men actually have to pass a series of tests to belong to. It costs about $8,000 a year. Investigative reports by the BBC say that this group is a grooming operation where male members are taught how to emotionally and physically manipulate women into, quote, sexual slavery. And these weren't just happening in silos on the internet. This was like in person. Tate would hold these luxury retreats all around the world, in castles in Transylvania with steak and whiskey and Cuban cigars. And we found out that something he teaches is how to assess how malleable a woman is. That is the word that they use. Members are taught, for example, how to dismiss women harshly after sex and then demand an act of service from them. So you have sex with someone and then you tell her to make you a meal or buy you coffee or chocolate. And if she agrees, then you're on to the next level. So it's kind of like gamifying making a woman your servant. And Tate actually said that within a couple of years of launching the War Room, at least 140 of his students were making money from pornography. Quote, everyone in here is banking 10 to 15K extra a month. But somehow it does get more disturbing because similarly to the Epstein story, the Tates became very intertwined with American politics and powerful figures. Don Jr. met with Tate and defended him, saying that the cases against him was, quote, absolute insanity. Reportedly, Tate also Zoomed multiple times with Trump's youngest son, Barron. Elon Musk even supported Tate's insane bid to run for Prime Minister of the UK. And all of these connections and kind of positive reinforcement by this very powerful elite group of people was really valuable to Tate because in the summer of 2024, before the US presidential election, Tate's mansion in Romania was raided. And he was in trouble right as he was becoming one of the most famous men on the planet.
I ain't one for the conspiracy theory shit, but somebody powerful wants Andrew Tate and his brother gone. Like, seriously, today. They want him out of here. Because my nigga, like, every year or so, these two guys get charged with a whole list of heinous crimes. I don't even know how they still free, because last time I just knew they was cooked. But they beat that case or whatever happened, and they out free. But they just got arrested yesterday in Miami. They getting extradited to UK with a list of charges. My nigga, like, bro, rape, prostitution, abuse, assault, like everything except for damn murder. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, what's going on? Like, who did they piss off? What powerful person did they really get on their bad side? Because they not letting up off these two boys right here, bro. They is not going for it. Whatever y'all did, apologize now, because they coming for you. This might be the end of Andrew Tate.
Now, Andrew Tate, you said the shit you had them girls doing was legal. Andrew Tate and his brother was arrested in Miami by the U.S. Marshals on some very, very serious charges. Hot damn, Andrew Tate, I hope all that shit you be talking ain't coming back to bite you in the ass, boy. These some serious ass charges and shit. Hey, look, I hope you and your brother ain't have nothing to do with this shit for real. Maybe they just trying to put that shit on y'all because you getting money. Hey, I don't know. Society, I know how this shit works. So it could be one of two things. He really did it, they really did it, or they really didn't do it.
So the Tate brothers have been arrested following an extensive investigation by the National Crime Agency. And there's about 59 charges that have been leveled against them. And a lot of those charges are ones that we'll all be familiar with because they've been sort of circling the media for a while now. But one of those charges, which is a new one, is that they found indecent images of a child on their digital devices. So what happens in situations like this, right, is that, when the National Crime Agency is investigating crimes like this, obviously they seize all your digital devices, phones, laptops, computers, etc. And they're trawling through looking for evidence of what they're investigating. But so many times I've seen this happen where you've got men who have been who are being investigated for a form of violence against women. So it could be domestic violence, it could be rape, trafficking, and the police will find indecent images of children on their phone. And often I just see it mentioned at the bottom to say, this man's on trial for domestic violence or for rape, and also a charge of indecent images of child sexual exploitation on their phone. And it reminded me of this article I was reading a while ago that was basically talking about the fact that where you get men who display what the article was describing as extreme forms of masculinity, where you have men that associate being masculine with dominance, with power and control over women, that a lot of these behaviors extend to children as well. So I'm not surprised at all.
Oh my goodness. So what is really frying me is the arrogance of those brothers, because like they were going all over the place. They were hosting this. I mean, they're still coming back to Miami. They're doing hosting events, which is why they got arrested this time around. You know, they're going around just like acting like they're top of the pops. But let me tell you something, the way you make your money, because let me tell you something, the way these brothers made their money is by doing, you know, transportation of people against their will, snatching their passports and forcing them to do all kinds of R words and S work. Okay, so they made their gazillions from that. And a lot of times when you go to the darkness to get, you know, your wealth, it often turns around to come back and collect. And right now it looks like they're collecting their freedoms. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about this whole development. I'm just sorry, but there were a lot of young men that were following these guys. They had tremendous influence, and they were basically teaching the new generation of men into the red pill and the manosphere. I'm telling you, the manosphere is going down real bad. So right now, one of the gods have fallen. Okay, because I don't know what's going to happen when they get extradited to the UK. Let me tell you something, they're really going to face the consequences, because at this point, the arrogance and, you know, coming out talking so much. I've never seen someone talk so much to the media like that when you're in trouble. Like even in the past, like he'd be in trouble, he's just yapping all over the place. Andrew's just talking and talking and talking and talking. I'm like, dude, these people have you on suspicion on so many charges. You've been detained so many times. And the Matrix is trying to get me, and the Matrix is trying to get me. It's ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, so right now, you know, they've had this tremendous influence on young people, particularly young men. And yeah, they're getting taken care of. So I feel like a lot of people followed them and they were misguided, just like how people were following, was it those two guys on the, I forgot the name of the podcast, but it was, Myron Gaines and the other sidekick. They were following Clavicular, they were following Sneeko, and right now these people are like kind of on their own. They're no longer friends, but it's like that was the manosphere, the red pill. There was the black side, and a lot of the brown guys would go and follow the brothers, you know. And the thing is, they all were leading boys into destruction. And so basically they're being led by example now, because they were teaching them a destructive message. The first consequence is that the teacher and those that led astray those young men are going to have to now deal with the consequences and be led to the very destruction that they are teaching. And that should be a lesson to watch who it is that you subscribe to. Subscribe to me. We got a lot of lessons that we can learn here that could really help you. But you got to watch who you spend your money with, you know, because a lot of this concepts leads to dead end relationships, dead end life. And in the case of the Tates, can cost you your freedom. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, and we will pick this up again.